Could Nick Foles come in and replace Carson Wentz again, this time in Indianapolis? We'll see. Right now, what we know is Carson Wentz is going to miss somewhere between 5 and 12 weeks coming off foot surgery, according to Adam Schefter, which leads the Colts situation at quarterback very much up in the air. Joining me now from Locked On Colts, Evan Sidery. And Evan, Indianapolis is not left with a lot of options. Nick Foles openly campaigning to be traded. Of course, the Frank Reich connection is there. So what is the plan here for Indianapolis at the QB position?
Yeah, this is such unfortunate timing for the Colts with Carson Wentz going down, like you mentioned. 5 to 12 weeks, could be missing a lot, almost a quarter or half of the regular season if that time frame does hold up to 12 weeks if Wentz doesn't return until then. From what we've heard so far from Frank Reich, from Chris Ballard, they're going to roll back the quarterback Jacob Eason, a 4th-round pick from the University of Washington in the 2020 draft. Just do what they have with Eason. He has a very strong arm. The intangibles are sort of lagging behind from his arm talent. But I think it's a good situation for the Colts to see what they have in Jacob Eason. It's a baptism by fire situation for the Colts and Jacob Eason. If he survives, he could be their future. If not, the Colts quickly find out, especially their tough schedule in the first 5 weeks, that he's not their future. And in the meantime, if they do start, let's say 1-4, 0-5, they're in a position now where not only will Carson Wentz in that trade will just convey a 2nd-round pick instead of a 1st-round pick, but the Colts could be in a spot next year already where they could be in a situation to get their quarterback of the future in next year's draft.
How appealing is this potential to bring in someone like Nick Foles or just anyone to try and make the playoffs this season? Because this is an otherwise really good roster, a roster that we saw last year make the playoffs with Phillip Rivers, not playing, killer football, but playing pretty well. I mean, this is a team that could, with an above average or even just a sort of average quarterback, make some noise in the AFC.
Yeah, it's a really valid point. And honestly, I would not be surprised at all if Frank Reich starts campaigning behind the scenes for Nick Foles, just because of the connection that Foles and Reich have. You have to wonder what the compensation would be, maybe a 6th or 7th round pick tops. Marcus Mariota is another option I would really be intrigued by in this Colts offense with Frank Reich. Maybe the price is a little bit higher than Foles, but another option is Gardner Minshew of Jacksonville. There's a lot of intriguing options around the NFL right now. If the Colts do want to get aggressive and make a trade for a quarterback, I think they still rolled East in the first couple weeks. Brett Hundley, they just signed as a street free agent. As you know, Peter used to back at the Packers, was with the Cardinals most recently. But I would be intrigued by the possibility of Foles or a Mariota in Indianapolis. But the question is, do the Colts, especially knowing Chris Ballard, he loves those draft picks, give away another pick in the process to maybe just try to save their season?
The other name that has been floated out there a lot, especially with the way the rookie has looked in camp, is Jimmy Garoppolo. How feasible do you think that could be if they do think, hey, look, with the right quarterback, we could be a Super Bowl team?
That's a big question. Just Garoppolo, I think, would be a solid fit in Indy, but just the question is, if Carson Wentz is for sure going to be back by the quarter or halfway point of the season, if you trade for a Jimmy Garoppolo, if you trade for a Marcus Mariota or a Nick Foles, etc., Carson Wentz's confidence is going to be shot again. We saw it in Philadelphia with drafting Jalen Hurts, where if you bring in another veteran to replace Carson Wentz in the meantime, will Wentz even want to still be with the Colts? Like, that's just a valid question, is how it seemed like he just wanted out immediately with how it went with Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. If you make a big splashy trade like that for Jimmy Garoppolo, it's going to rub Carson Wentz the wrong way. The Colts have kind of put all their eggs into this Carson Wentz basket to work out, Peter. And unfortunately, they're kind of in a position now where they might have to roll with their young quarterbacks, Jacob Eason, Sam Ehlinger, 6th-round pick as their current backup with Brett Hundley. I do wonder if they just go that route and just wait for Carson Wentz, because if you do make a big move like that, it's going to rub Wentz the wrong way.